What's up, guys? It's late Monday night as I'm recording this. This will be out Tuesday morning, but I just want to get this out about the Bengals, because I know it's a huge talking point, especially now that we lost the game, and I know a lot of people are very upset, with the team, the organization, and I get that, man. I want to get this out quickly though, because I myself am not too happy. I don't rip the front office as much because they have done some good and they've gotten us a lot of, wins the last 3 years. But right now, guys, 3-5, it just feels worse than the record. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think everybody would agree. Could that be because we started 0-3? Sure. I don't know. But 0-4 at home. It just at this point it just doesn't feel like a bad streak. This is just after that Eagles game yesterday or Sunday. It's clear something's broken within this organization. There's some form of disconnect. I don't know if it's coaches to players, ownership to coaches. I don't know. It's broken. This team is being grossly wasted by a combination of all three. And I don't know what it is, but I want to talk about it because I'll tell you why. This team is too talented to be playing like this. So much talent on offense, so much talent on even on defense. I'd say we got some guys, but Miles Murphy hasn't recorded a sack, for example. At what point do we say he's just not good? I mean, how did we go from such an incredible Super Bowl run where a lot of dudes are on rookie contracts, and we're here, 3-5, still sitting in third place. Cleveland won yesterday. Now they're a game behind us. Other teams are winning. We're not. We're sinking. I mean, you look at our rivals too. I mean, every missed play, every missed game, every missed win, everything just feels like a missed opportunity. Blowing games and just falling flat on your faces in games that you need to come out and win. And this organization has not done it for pretty much their entire franchise history. I mean, look around the entire league. I mean, the Chiefs are 7-0. They're making moves. The AFC North, we're third place. The Ravens, they're potentially looking at a piece. I mean, the Chiefs traded for DeAndre Hopkins. The Browns potentially have a new spark and a groove with Jameis Winston. They've been aggressive during the midseason part usually. They've made aggressive offseason moves. Who's to say they won't do something like this? And I'm starting to see, I always question like why the Bengals they got so much vitriol and hatred and just like I mean, all offseason the last like the offseason after those two playoff runs that they had just felt like it was full of hatred and just animosity. And I think we're starting to see why. There's just a lack of respect for the organization. I think that we're just finding out why. And I don't want to dive into the details of it because it's pretty simple. They're just not winning games. They don't sustain success. You look at, you know, I hate to say it, but you look at the Ravens. They've been able to sustain success this season. Bengals haven't done that in 2 years. Even hell, I hate to say it. Look at this team. I mean, I despise them like to the core, but they find ways to win today. They beat the Giants. They're 6-2, riding their high horse into the bye with Russell Wilson. He's looking like Seattle Russell Wilson, an elite defense. T.J. Watt plays like an absolute monster for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They win ugly, but at the end of the day, they win. We don't. And then, like even when they don't have the talent, they find it out. They find a way. It's like the opposite of the Bengals. I mean, there's years the Bengals are clearly more talented than the Steelers. The Steelers just get the wins because they just have it. They just have the winning culture that we just lack. I hate to say it, guys, because if you look at the Steelers franchise, they're Yefrem's law. I mean, everything goes right for them, and I'm not saying they haven't had things sway in the other direction, but as a franchise, I mean, look at it from a broad perspective. I mean, not to mention the Lombardis. I mean, they've not had a losing season since 03. I mean, they've seen like every even when they lose, it's like okay. I mean, there's some good takeaways, and they at the end of the day, I criticize them for many things. I have a lot to say about the franchise, but that's speaking as a Bengals fan. As a football fan, I mean, look at their history. Look at what they've done with players, especially like they develop wide receivers. They maintain elite success. The Bengals don't. They don't. And with this quarterback on our roster, this wide receiving core, these running backs, that stout defense that they, or I guess not stout defense, but just fully talented, I guess, full of splash playmakers. And we're 3-5, 3 games behind these dudes. Clearly a superior offensive talented team. They just have the winning culture that we just don't have. Period. As a franchise, not just this season, as a franchise, as a whole. So it's sad. It really is. It makes me sad that they look at them. They're sleeping like Steeler fans got to be sleeping soundly tonight. They're 6-2, going into the bye week. Yeah, they have a brutal stretch, but they're 6-2. They get to sleep nicely tonight. We have to be stressed about not even making a single move during a trade deadline. The Steelers definitely could. Who's to say they won't? Everybody in the AFC North could be making moves. The Chiefs are, the Bengals are just sitting on their ass. And that's what really, really sucks. A window that's being grossly and just disgustingly wasted. And I want to say this to Joe Burrow, Zach Taylor. I mean, I love, Joe Burrow, and Zach is also an incredible, like, in my opinion, just an incredible culture setter. They keep saying all the right things. It sounds good. We're not good enough. We have to be better. Clearly, you have to be better. 3-5 is not doing it. We have to win 7 of our 9 games. Damn right, you need to. We've earned this record. Can you really dig out? Will you dig out? What kind of adjustments? What kind of change are we going to see? What kind of spark are we saying? Are we just going to put the same thing on the field? What moves are we going to make to have some sort of change? It's just infuriating as a fan who's just waiting. And not just me, I speak for millions of Bengals fans. We're waiting for this team to have success. We're starving for that. And they haven't been doing it. This fan base, they have such a loyal and just passionate fan base. I mean, you look what they showed up everything. They've given everything. I want to send a message to the Bengals organization. The fans have showed up every week. White out. Stripe out last year. White out last year. Orange out week 1. Everything that they've, said, told the fans, hey, we want y'all to come out. Watch parties too. We've showed up every week. Give every support, every cheer, and you've gifted us by 0-4 at home this season. Do something, please. Win some games. Do something. I don't know about the details of the game. I mean, I do know about the details of the game, of course, but I don't care about that. I just want to win. Don't know how. Make us proud. We've believed for so long, and now, honestly, after yesterday, it's just clear to me something is broken within this franchise. While our rivals are making moves, are heading, on their high horse. You know how disgusting that is for us to see? Without anything, we sit powerless. Obviously, we're just fans, but we sit powerless. This organization has done nothing to improve. It's the same crap. I mean, we just lost by 20. Seriously, that game was just evident. Something is broken within this franchise. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know. I just don't have a good feeling. My final dump, guys. I'm just tired of losing. I don't know what this team is going to be. I don't know what this window is. I told you the window it really speaks volumes. I mean, I was looking forward to seeing how this window was going to, unfold. Especially after 2021, the Super Bowl run, I really felt good. I was like, man, we are set for the next 10 years. We got this. We can only add to it. And I felt like we were going to be back at some point. I'm not saying we would have been back but how do I think so? No. I was wrong. And it may have been wishful thinking, but it just looks like I'm going to be proven right, unfortunately. And it's painful. It sucks. But my job is to just tell you how it is. The Bengals are screwed. And I hate to say that because I really wanted this team to make some sort of noise this season, come back, get some revenge. I mean, the goals I had for this season, I mean, the hopes I had for this season, I mean, you look at last year, I wanted Obviously, revenge on the Ravens. They swept us. They beat us in our place down this year after we just completely gave the game to them. And the Steelers, they swept us last year. I wanted revenge on them. Doesn't look good for our Bengals. I mean, the Steelers are 6-2. I want to scream. I want to be upset, but it's like, what's the point? The Steelers are heading into the bye week. The Browns even have gotten a little bit of a spark with Jameis Winston. Could they beat LA this week? They absolutely could. Seriously, I think they can. The AFC North is just not looking in our favor right now. I know we're in third, we're not in last, and I just don't have a good feeling right now about this season, man. I just don't have. I think it's over, in the sense like I just don't see us doing much. I mean, the schedule gets easier, yes, but the Bengals will never make it easy, never. That's my final dump. Gotta say, I mean, next year, sure. Till Sunday, Bengals, of course, but I will have my preview out Thursday, and I'll have my NFL picks. I'll dive into the matchup a little bit, but I am not in a good state with the Bengals right now. Not happy with them at all. Not happy with the organization. Are they the worst in the NFL? No. I mean, they've done a lot more than other teams have tried to do, and it's come to fruition at some points, but you look at the entire division. I mean, the Steelers are on top. The Ravens, I mean, they lost to the Cleveland Browns, but we did nothing to help. We did nothing to gain on them. Could have been a game behind them as well. And those are organizations that, first of all, they have good head coaches, and they always compete. Year in and year out, they have sustained success. That's why they are the quote-unquote big brothers of the AFC North. I really wish they were kind of a reformed organization, but it just seems like everything was just masked the last 3 years. Unfortunately, that's just what it was. Everything was masked. I think it's evident now this team is just, this organization as a whole is just broken. This franchise is broken. But, I'll rep them. Obviously, this Sunday I'll rep them. The season I'll rep them, but yeah, I don't have a good feeling about the season, and it sucks because it's going to be a long year for us. We just have to embrace that. Unfortunately, gotta watch other teams do well, other teams make moves while we don't. That's what it is. But I thank you guys always for tuning in. A little bit just glum at this point. I'm just not happy right now. Like I said, I could scream, rage, whatever. Like, how you playing like this in front of your fans, in front of like people that just are starving for you to win. It won't help. So what's the point? But you guys have a good one. I'll talk a lot about this matchup in my preview, but right now it's not looking good. And got to see the Steelers on top. Got to see the Ravens ahead of us, and the Browns. Obviously, they won. Bengals are they're pretty screwed, but we'll see what they do at the trade deadline. I already know they're doing nothing, but we got a game this Sunday to worry about. But you guys have a good one, and I'll definitely tune in with I'll tune in and make a video about like the matchup. I'll tune in and make a video about like keys to win, but I don't know. Are they even gonna follow it? I don't know. What are we doing, man?